It is 21 hours GMT, and here is the news on the Voice of America.
It may seem inappropriate to laugh.
Salud, deportistas de las Américas, desde Washington.
Welcome to some country sunshine here on Country Music USA.
David Borghita, VOA News at the Capitol.
This is Philomena Jury, VOA News, in front of the White House.
At the All-Africa Games in Nairobi, Kenya.
Steven Ngaza, idhaa ya Kiswahili ya Sauti ya Amerika.
You're listening to World Report on the Voice of America. In a few moments, we'll have sports.
We broadcast in over 40 languages, and what we're doing is taking all the feeds from the studios, bringing them into this room, and then sending them out either on a microwave circuit or a satellite circuit or even a telephone line to all of our transmitters that are located all over the world. We have transmitters sited in the Philippines, England, Kavala, Greece, Tangiers in Africa, a few sites here, right here in the United States. And this goes on 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. We work Christmas, we work holidays, New Year's, you name it, we're here. And this is where it all starts from.
Voice of America in general does programs in several languages of the peoples of the Soviet Union, and I personally work for the Russian service. We also have Ukrainian service, Azeri, Armenian, Georgian, Uzbek, and we hope to extend our language services.
But you don't need to translate it now. Very likely they will change the story.
The problem I have, you think about normally when you are translating a piece is to think about the audience, because we have like diverse culture. Back home, the culture is quite different from the way it is here in America. And when you want to translate and portray something like when it's scientific or technological things that you want to relate and tell them about it, but then you don't have things that they know that they could compare to.
Aida Aqlam Tehki from Voice of America Arabic branch. I understand that there's a press conference today on the Persian Gulf.
The Voice of America Arabic service is unique because it broadcasts to 22 countries in one language, that's the Arabic language, and it covers the area from Morocco to the Gulf. Okay, I will. Alô, Carlão. Alô, Carlão. Alô, São Paulo.
We send this via satellite to over 50 stations all around Brazil, and this has the power to reach some 25 million people. This is very important for us because it expands enormously our audience.
कोरिया लेबर है, वहाँ पर साउथ कोरियन वर्कर्स ने स्ट्राइक्स कंटिन्यू की हुई है. कोरिया पॉलिटिकल है.
एक तो सबसे पहले मैं आपको ये बताना चाहूँगा कि हम लोग एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं हिंदी सर्विस is broadcasting to India's almost 65% Hindi-speaking, Hindi-knowing population. And that is one big satisfaction to us, that what we say, we are believed.
Time for jazz. This is Willis Conover in Washington, D.C. with the Voice of America Jazz Hour. One thing that I'm trying to do, in addition to entertaining people, is to give them something of quality. The fact that something sells fast does not make it necessarily good.
দীপঙ্কর, ধানমন্ডি ঢাকা থেকে শরফুদ্দিন একটা চিঠি দিয়েছেন এবং তাতে অলিম্পিক সম্পর্কে কিছু প্রশ্ন।
বাহ, the Olympic সম্পর্কে
The listeners ask us varied questions on science, history, or geography, Voice of America, or even United States of America. And we want to reply their questions and tell them everything and anything they want to know.
Music and more, VOA Europe with Phil Collins, Tony Banks, and Mike Rutherford. That's Genesis. What we want to do at VOA Europe is show everyone in Western Europe, in all the countries that we broadcast in, what America is about and what Americans are about. And we do that by playing the best contemporary music that is available on the charts today.
Ici dans la société, c'est Guylaine McAfee et Sandra Dominique Abdine.
I try to reach the public that is in the countryside. They don't have much communication with the city. They need to know about alimentation, about water, about food.
They can't read, some of them don't have TV, so they're all relying on radio to give them the information that they would like to hear.
Éxito Latinoamericanos is a program about the Latin American hits and about the Latin American stars, the singers. And we play this program once a week for all the Latin American countries.
معكم أعزائي حياة الخطيب وبرنامج أهلا وسهلا من واشنطن.
This show presents the variety of life aspects, American life, to our audience in the Middle East and North Africa. They don't feel I am far away. They feel like I'm sitting with them in their living room.
您在我们家是客人，还买什么礼物啊? We broadcast in Mandarin. We have 100 million people listen to VOA. It's very popular in China.
姑父，你给我买什么啦? My grandma lives in Peking. She's still alive, and she can listen to me through the radio. And she really, she even can tell if I catch cold. She, by the voice, she can, write to me and ask me, you get over with the cold.
Welcome to some country sunshine here on Country Music USA. I think part of the appeal of country music is that it's a kind of folk music of today, of the United States. It's music, there's a lot of emphasis on the lyric. The singers are dealing with the average American, how he or she gets by, love lost, love found. It's America talking. It's this nation saying how we as people make do.
Okay, could I have your attention, please? We'll have the lineup of the top 5 stories in the world at this hour from Chuck.
SAF mine strike, we've got 2,900 and more miners fired, and somehow 3,000 miners have been forced underground.
The VOA News Division has one basic challenge, and that is to provide every hour of every day throughout the year the most reliable, authoritative, the most accurate, objective, and comprehensive news anybody could possibly tune in. We have about 160, 170 people around the world in the news division alone, gathering information, reporting, voicing, rewriting information. All of this is for the use of all 44 VOA languages.
Okay, Chris, give us a billboard and go with it.
Hello, Bubble. This is London. 2 short CRs on this feed. The first is from Doug Roberts in Tunis. It's entitled Tunis Trial. Tunis Trial. Duration 55.
Basically, what we do in here, we take in all the correspondence reports, or most of the correspondence reports in English and languages from our correspondents around the world.
There's a close-up I've been working on it.
I coordinate with the talent, the broadcasters who are putting the shows together, be sure they have the right tapes. They submit their shows to me for final editing. So I'm virtually in more or less in overall control of what goes on the air, how much of it goes on the air, how it goes on the air, why it goes on the air.
What's the situation with Cairo? Have we got Roberts in yet? Have you heard from him today?
We have experts in the field. Doug Roberts in Cairo, who, for instance, knows the Gulf very well. We would talk to him about his view of coverage in the Gulf, and we would mix that with our view of what the programming needs are.
Yeah, well, there's Kuwait, Bahrain. If he has to go into Abu Dhabi, do that, okay? Yeah. All right. Right now, we're in the midst of a coup d'etat, apparent coup d'etat attempt in the Philippines.
Machine gun fire and explosions at the presidential
The story hasn't
palace.
advanced at all, and they call it an update. We have to sit here and try and sort out the facts and make sure what goes out on the air is accurate, objective, fair.
Open mind. It is 21 hours GMT, and here is the news on the Voice of America.
Roll card. Stand by Michael 1. And give Mike.
I'm Jerry Smith in Washington. Philippines military chief Fidel Ramos calls it an apparent attempt to overthrow the government of President Corazon Aquino.
Every day is a new day. You never really know what's going to happen. When you walk in the door, you have first requirement is to sit and called read in, and that's looking through the news file of maybe 30 to 70 stories to read and see what has happened in that 12 hours of the day before I've arrived. and see how I can put that in the proper perspective for a listening audience to make it more palatable for an audience.
America. I'm Jerry Smith in Washington.
Make clip. Stand by, cart 1. Roll it. Stand by, bring it under standby, mic 3. Under in mic.
It's 21 hours 10 Greenwich Mean Time, and this is World Report.
It's a program specifically designed for a European, Middle Eastern, and possibly African audience. It's an evening, hour-long news block that covers basically the news of interest to that region of the world.
Under in mic 3. Open mic.
We're working constantly against deadline. Everything we do in this shop is live, so that every hour, and we have at least a 10-minute newscast every hour, so we are dealing constantly with that deadline, and many times stories are changing, material is becoming outdated, and the pressure of keeping on top of the news and getting the most current material on the air is the most difficult, but in many ways also the most rewarding.
I'm Bill Hansen in Washington.
He's got a 40-second
Philippines President Corazon Aquino has told her countrymen.
It is 21 hours GMT, and here is the news on the Voice of America.
It may seem inappropriate to laugh.
Salud, deportistas de las Américas, desde Washington.
Welcome to some country sunshine here on Country Music USA.
David Borghita, VOA News at the Capitol.
Philomena Jury, VOA News, in front of the White House.
Tone, 1 kilohertz.
Gaza, idhaa ya Kiswahili ya Sauti ya Amerika.
Under in mic 3.
You're listening to World Report on the Voice of
Stand by, cart 3. We can keep the music.
In a few moments, we'll have sports.
Roll it.